Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Sir Skullduggery here, and today we'll be going over all four teams' week one fantasy results. Now, if you have not already, go back and check out the full fantasy draft or the fantasy draft recap in order to see who we all have on each of our teams, as well as check out the week one Madden stream to see how each of the Madden games went. And you can also track the league via the Google Sheet, which will be listed in the comment section below. Now, without further ado, let's dive into how each of our fantasy teams did week one. Starting with my squad, I personally got a little bit screwed by the Dallas and Giants game. And the result is Dak only got me about 6. Saquon only got me about 9 because the Cowboys defense was insane and the New York Giants forgot how to play football. My biggest contributors also didn't really impress. I mean, I had CD tied up in that same game, getting me about 12. Jalen Waddle also about 12. And just really pedestrian numbers all the way around. If we look at the full box score, you can see Dak barely threw the ball. Saquon got 12 carries in. It's pretty low for him. Jamal had the volume, but he's just not producing for the Saints. And CD and Waddle, almost identical stats. Just 4 catches for each of them. Nothing crazy to write home about. Fryermuth got pretty lucky. 1 catch, 1 touchdown, but we needed it. We'll take it. At 74 points total for the week. Yeah, my team is in dead last. Spoiler alert. And taking a look at the next matchup here, we have Team Sanders. Now, everyone, just a reminder, it doesn't actually matter if you win or lose the weekly matchup. All that matters for this fantasy league is the total number of points that your squad puts up. So if you remember, I just had 74 points. Team Sanders has 111. So I am down about 40 just from week one, which obviously sucks. But as we do these weekly update videos, don't get too caught up in each team's record. We're going to go over at the end who is leading the group in terms of points and where we all rank there. But moving on to Team Sanders, Herbert played pretty well, 20.8. Nothing crazy. Probably the worst week one quarterback play overall with Burrow and Josh Allen and just a lot of guys that you'd think would be studs putting up major duds. So 20.6 out of Herbert is pretty solid. Jahmyr Gibbs looked great on the field, but just didn't get that many touches. So he only ended up with 8. Dobbins with 11.7. Tyreek, the man of week one, 44.5. I mean, that's almost half of his squad's points right there. Just put the team on the back. Van Jefferson. I mean, the fact that this is a 10-team league and he's playing Van Jefferson and he put up more points than me, it's crazy. Mark Andrews didn't play and he forgot to take him out of his lineup. That's tough. Evan Ingram had 9.9 on his bench, so that's 10 points he missed out on there. Lockett, a meager 3 points. Niners defense got him a solid 14. Matt Gay 3 points. So overall, could have been better for him, but 111 is solid for week one. And then finally, taking a look at the last matchup of the week, we had 2 of our teams up against each other. And this one was a close matchup, but also at 107 for Team Bloom, 116 for Team Cup, and then Team Sanders at 111. Those 3 are really grouped together. I, however, am about 40 points behind everybody. So going through these guys' teams, Hurts with 12.5, nothing crazy. And McCaffrey on his touchdown streak, and as the Niners just continue to dominate everybody, got 26. Javonte, a solid 10. AJ Brown, a solid 15. McLaurin and Kittle, nothing special. Mike Evans beat my Vikings and got 18.6. Eagles solid with 11. Carlson at 5. Had some points left on the table with his bench options here with Zay Flowers and Raheem Mostert, both turning out pretty great showings considering what was expected of them and how they performed week one. I think they're going to be some contributors to look out for moving forward. As I mentioned earlier, Josh Allen had a dud performance of only 9. Dalvin and Zeke, two guys that you really didn't know how they were going to perform with the new teams, both had 9 and 7 respectively. Jamar Chase, I mean, 9 points feels lucky. If anybody watched how awful the Bengals looked in that week 1 game, I mean that was brutal. Amon-Ra with 20, he's a stud. Hawkinson 11.5. We're going to need more from him for where he was drafted and for the Vikings to get some wins. Michael Thomas 11.1. We'll be curious to see who emerges as kind of Derek Carr's go-to guy over the coming weeks. And then, I mean, star of his team, Cowboys defense 35. Just a ridiculous showing against the Giants. I mean, 35 points in a 40-0 shutout. 35 points almost seems low, if we're being honest. And then Justin Tucker with 5. Probably lower than you'd expect, but I mean, he's a kicker. Overall, 116 and 107. Solid showings for week 1 for both of these squads. And then, as previously mentioned, we will be tracking each team's total points for the year, as well as each team's Madden record within the Google Sheet, within the comment section of all of the videos within this playlist. I highly recommend going to the Sir Skullduggery YouTube channel and clicking on the playlist in order to see the order of videos and how they occur. Let's recap here. The almost all Madden teams won. You got the Cowboys, Bills, Chargers, all going 1-0. Eagles, a bizarre finish with a tie at the end of OT. Coach Bloom not happy with that result. Again, if you guys want to watch how those games shook out, please check out the playlist on the channel. And then to summarize the fantasy points through week 1, you had 116, highest score with the Cowboys, 111 with the Chargers and Team Sanders. Team Bloom, 107. Those three pretty clustered together within a 9-point range. And then my squad, 74 points, far behind everybody. And yeah, that's where things sit week 1. Please check out next week's videos, both the Madden stream as well as another fantasy recap. I'll see you then.